So in part one, we talked about recognizing your own biases, and that's a good skill to have because the people who produce information also have biases, and they know that you have biases. And in order to get you to agree with them, they will play on those biases. We see it in advertising, in politics, and in societal discourse about everything from vaccines to corn syrup to global warming to the social distancing during a pandemic. If it can be politicized to give someone power or prestige or money, it will be. And biases can make people do illogical things. People destroying their coffee makers really happened. I'm not making that up. And different sources have different levels of bias and different levels of quality. Some report facts ethically, some just make stuff up. Some report facts, but only the ones that support their argument. Others provide false balance or frame articles in a way to persuade you to their side. And you can see on this handy chart which sources report from which side of the political spectrum. You can also see that some have a better track record of factual reporting than others. But typically, we see sources on a continuum from objective reporting on one side. Then we see sources that are biased and admit that they have a bias. And then further down on the spectrum, we see sources that try to hide their bias by framing, selective framing, or by using unflattering words or images, or by using false balance to make themselves look more nonpartisan than they are. And then all the way over here on this side, we have fake news or conspiracy theories or clickbait or propaganda or whatever you want to call it. Um, so there's a lot to be aware of here, and there are different levels of reporting featuring different levels of bias, and some sources use different tricks to hide their bias, and we'll look at those next.